Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. So guys, I've seen and I've done a lot of different stringings, different ways of stringing, but I think I might have found the perfect way. I'm going to show you that today. Okay? Stay tuned. All right, guys. So I was thinking last night after doing another stringing video that there's got to be a better way to string a racket that'll make it easier for you and not so complicated and not have to use starting clamps. So I think I came up with it. I tested it once already this morning, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's actually get going. I'm going to need this once and only once, and it won't be to hold one of the mains of the crosses. W up as always. W up as always. I'm going to do, this is actually a customer's racket, so if I screw it up, it's going to be on a customer's racket today. Gamma TNT Touch 17 is the racket, is the string of choice today. Gamma TNT Touch 17. One of my favorite soft 17 gauge strings. All right, so I'm just going to start it just like any other tennis racket, down the middle mains. 16 by 19 pattern on this Juice 108, okay? Okay, 6, perfect. So I'm gonna measure, I'm only gonna measure, so it's 16 by 19. I'm only gonna measure 7 across on this short side. I always like for the short sides to be on my side. Racket handle left hand. It's just what I like to do, okay? So short side towards me, handle on the left side on my left hand, okay? That's just how I like to do it. You can do it however you like, but this is just the way I like to do it, okay? So I'm only going to use this once and only once, and it's going to be right here, just as an anchor, okay? I have my tension set to 55. And I'm not going to use the Diablo just for time. And we're going for it. Okay. Perfect. One down. Okay. So what I'm going to teach you is that I'm actually going to skip. I'm going to skip the last 2 mains. I am not going to string in the last 2 mains. Let me repeat that for a third time. I'm going to skip the last 2 mains, meaning one on this end and one on this end. So this main, last one, I'm not stringing through. Neither am I going to string through this last other main, okay? And when we get there, I'll show you what I'm going to do. And this will make a much more consistent string job, maybe. I mean, there's flaws in every string method, I feel like, and I mean, you're gonna lose tension no matter what you do or where you go. It's just, personal preference sometimes, personal method sometimes. So I'm gonna starting in on the long side now that I'm a couple strings through on that short side. Yeah, I thought about it long and hard last night as to there's got to be a way to like stop using these starting clamps all over the place. And I was like, and I thought of it. I'm like, and I tested my theory out this morning, and it actually worked. I haven't thought of a name for it, but I think there's a method already called the box method. But I mean, unless you guys know of another name for this, it's kind of around the world, but it's truly going around the world instead of some of these other techniques. Like I did maybe a traditional around the world the other day. So going back to this. Going back to the short side just to redistribute the tension of the racket. So I like to go 2 to 3 each side before really finishing it up. Remember, base clamp first before regular clamp, just to loosen up the tension. So I'm skipping the last main, okay? I'm skipping the last main. Because I want to go top down with this. So it's like around the world. It's around the world. Different way of around the world, possibly. So I'm into my second to last main here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there should be one more main coming down like this on this side, and one more main coming down like this on this side. Traditionally, we would have just tied the short side here, on the long side, run it through here, and then kind of go bottom up. We want to go top down because it's better for the racket this way. Therefore, we're just gonna skip the last 2 mains, one on each side, and go top down. And then I'll show you what I do when I get there, okay? So I'm gonna actually, you know what else I'm gonna actually do? I'm gonna skip the last, I'm gonna skip the first cross too, that's on the top. So I'm gonna make a quick adjustment here. Quick adjustment. Oh, get a little closer. There. Because I've only done this method once before, so this is my second time. Okay. Skipping the first cross. Going into the second cross. So I'm going into that second cross. Okay. So I'm going to re-pull this. Okay, I'm going to re-pull this second to last main. I'm going to re-pull this last, well, the second to last main. Okay, just to retension a little bit more. Since this is my tie hole now, I'm going to re-pull this last, second to last main with the tie knot. So let's add 10% to this, re-pull it, base clamp first, okay, 10% extra, and I'm going to tie it off over here, okay. Do a double hitch, because like I said, that's how I was taught, and that's what I'm doing, okay. First hitch, second hitch. You don't need to do too much on the second one, just away towards me, away up towards me. Done. I'll probably snip that right now. And I'm going to pull this first cross / second cross. Okay? So I'm going to switch that to this now. Okay. I'm going to let go of this one because we have a knot here and I have a clamp here holding my strings. Therefore, I do not need a starting clamp. Okay? Now, very important right here. Very important right here. Do not put it in the open holes. The first open holes is going to be mains. So go into what is supposed to be your cross, the one after that. Okay? And I'm going to skip one ahead. There's a lot less friction because there's a lot less strings, guys. All right, this is heaven. You guys string crosses and you hate stringing crosses? This is the way to do it. Look at how easy that slides. I mean, if this works out and you guys kind of follow this, I think I'm going to make your stringing life a lot easier. Because there's like literally no friction. No friction. Look at that. There's zero friction. Yeah, zero friction. Zero friction. You won't even burn the string if you go fast. It's crazy. Not that really you can burn this anyways. Look at this. Look at this. Zero friction. Zero friction. Like zero effort to pull it through. And I'm doing it at 55 on a 108 head. It's because I'm basically stringing 14 mains right now. Look, no friction. Zero. Zero. I wonder if I would have friction on a 1820 pattern when I have to do 16 mains. That'd be interesting. Might have to mess with that once I perfect this. Once you guys perfect this. Yeah, there's no friction. Look. Okay. Getting in towards the end here. Make sure you don't string. Make sure you don't string that cross, that main, that hole that's supposed to be for a main into a cross, okay? So very important to pay attention. So that's a main. We're not stringing these. We're going to skip that because we need that for basically a main. Going into my last cross here. Tension that. Tension this. Okay. So now I have a racket with no main here, no cross here, and no main here. What am I going to do? What am I going to do, guys? You guys are smart enough to know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go string across now. Okay? So this is over that, so I need to go under that. Right? And this is going to feel strange to everybody, stringing up across, stringing up a main like a cross. Even sounds weird. Okay, so I'm going into here, right? Everything's opposite of each other, right? We are good. We're good right there. I'm going to tension that. Now I'm going to go into this first, the original first cross, right? Make sure I'm doing it right. The over-unders are correct. And then okay, I'll tension that. Everything looks correct. Yes, it does. And then we're going to go down. We're going to go down. Down this side now. So this is truly going around the world. Because if you think about it, all this started with me going across this last cross and then coming back all around. Okay, since this is the last string, not feature, go 10% more. Make sure it's pulling the tension. Okay, let's get some of the slack away. Fine. Oh, we'll go here. You're it. When you find the hole, you're like, you're it. Well, I can't say it on, yeah, I was gonna say stick it somewhere, but I can't say that. Anyways, I'm gonna finish stringing. Single hitch, double hitch. Perfect. Clip the excess. And away we go. So, as straight, I guess, as it comes. I don't know if that's a new way of stringing a racket, but definitely I thought about this last night and it actually worked. So this is truly going around the world. And I truly didn't have to hold tension with this, because with this method, you don't need it. Okay? So truly around the world, truly around the racket string method. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.